Hey everyone, how's it going? I hope that you all are doing well and staying safe and just walking in the purpose that God has for you. I wanted to take the time and kind of send you all like a little bit of encouragement. Time after time, you have heard me talk about purpose and pain and how the two really does go hand in hand, whether we sometimes think so or not. But in this video, I really want to kind of break down the pain that we may have experiences and how it can birth us into better people than we was the day before, even an hour before. Now let's talk about our cycle. We as women experiences a cycle. Sometimes it be, once a month. Sometimes some are sporadic. And the pain that you experience can be very, painful. It's preparing you for what's to come, which is your cycle. You can have symptoms like a week before, maybe 2 weeks before, whether it's very intense cramping, fatigue, low energy, just no appetite, things like that, which is all preparing you for, like I mentioned, your cycle. But before you even get into that, like I said, you have cramping, just all of that. But the pain doesn't feel good. Now, does it? Unless you have like a light cycle. But typically, even if you have a light cycle, the pain still doesn't feel good. Okay, let's go on to you are riding your bike and you fell off your bike and you scraped your knee. The pain doesn't feel good. All right, so let's move on to you have to say a speech in front of a class as a presentation. Now, this pain is a little different. However, it still doesn't feel good. You have more so of a nervousness in your stomach, but it still doesn't feel good. All in all, these are pains. Pain in which is preparing you for the next phase in your life, whether it's preparing you for your cycle, whether it's preparing you for riding a bike correctly or learning how to avoid the obstacles that are trying to take you out, or whether it's preparing you for the words that you didn't realize that you had deep inside. Whether you realize it or not, we are all preparing for our birthing session. And that could be figuratively or literally. But in this turn, I am talking figuratively. Figuratively speaking, because we're birthing something that is bigger than our own, whether it is a business, whether that is preparing for marriage, whether that is preparing for your spouse, whether that is preparing for a house, whatever the case may be, we are all in some type of preparing season. Now, in that preparing season, it's not always going to be easy. It's not always going to be fun. And it's not always going to be pain free. Know that the pain that you are experiencing is very important, whether it is a light pain, a intense pain, a annoying nagging pain. These pains are very important. Why? Because pain helps you grow. Whether it's pain to understand, oh no, I don't need to do this again, or whether it's pain to understand what you did wrong to help you keep going, to push you forward. Pain is different in each season. Like I said, it can be light, it can be intense, it can be somewhere in between, but pain is needed. If we didn't have pain, we can go through life and like, oh, this is easy. But if it was easy, then everybody would be doing it. And what will you learn from it in the end? God has prepared each and every one of us with gifts, with visions, with dreams. And yes, it may be similar to the person beside you, but it's not the same as the path that God has for you. What God has set for you is going to be different for the next person, even your family member. And although the journey may be the same, And although you may think like the destination may even be the same, the mindset to get there of what he put in your heart and what he places in her heart is going to be totally different. So don't beat yourself up over it. And yes, like I said, you're going to experience pain. You're going to experience trials and tribulations, but that is needed. Because if you didn't experience that, would you grow into the person that you are now? Or would you just, fall away by the wayside? And we don't want you falling away. We want you growing strong and tall. Think about it when you're planting plants in the garden, but you have to take out the old weeds. This is kind of like what's happening in your life. You have to take out what's old and unnecessary so that you can grow and produce what's good and fruitful. You need to be as best for yourself as possible so that you can be good for other people. So, although we may not understand it and we may not like it, pain and purpose go hand in hand. And pain is very important. So, I just wanted to leave this little message to you all, and I hope that you all have a beautiful, blessed day. Bye for now.